to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm your host, Michael Lofton. In the hot seat tonight, we have Dr. Taylor Marshall. He is playing to win $1 million. How are you tonight, Taylor?
I'm doing great, Michael. I am so glad to be here. I'm so excited that I need to find a container to put it all in.
That's great to hear, Taylor. It looks like you got that joy down in your heart. Am I right?
No, Joy's at home, but she's watching us right now. Hi, Joy.
No, not your wife. I was actually referring to the popular contemporary Christian song. Do you remember that song, Taylor?
Oh, you mean that wishy-washy Protestant piece of garbage? That song is barely a step up from Gather Us In and Lord of the Dance. And yet, you say you're Catholic, Michael. What gives?
As much as I'd like to debate with you further and perhaps punch you in the face in the process, we need to get on with the show. The clock is ticking.
Fair enough.
Okay, just a quick disclaimer before we start. Ordinarily, Taylor, you'd be going for the $1 million grand prize. But because of the inflation problem our country is currently facing, the folks at Network had to make some difficult decisions. And your potential grand prize has been reduced to $100.
$100 isn't too bad, I guess. I'll take what I can get.
Excellent. Well, 8 questions stand between you and this sinfully coveted $100 grand prize. Have a look at question number 1 for 25 cents. What is the sacrament of initiation in the Catholic Church that signifies becoming a full member of the faith? A, baptism, B, confirmation, C, Eucharist, D, reconciliation.
B, confirmation. Final answer.
Okay, let's lock in B, and B is the right answer. You're up to 25 cents. Impressive job, Taylor. You cut through that first question like butter, but things get a little tougher from here on out. Let's have a look at question number 2, worth 50 cents. Almost the same worth as your book, Infiltration.
You Lofton, I'll have you know that Infiltration was the best-selling book during COVID, and many Catholics have gotten red-pilled and have embraced tradition because of it. I think I'm detecting some jealousy here. When did you last have a bestseller, Lofton?
Well,
That's what I thought. All you got is your trash raps and an ego as big as your head. I bet you watch your own videos 1,000,000 times over to spike up your views while drinking Appletinis and sitting on your leopard print furniture.
well, at least I don't have an ego big enough to have its own zip code, unlike some people. Now, do you want to continue with the show, or do you want to sit here and make ad hominem attacks and false accusations against me all night? You promised backstage before the show that you'd behave yourself.
Let's continue this game. The sooner we finish, the sooner I can leave and won't have to look at your ugly modernist face.
Whatever, Taylor. Anyway, let's have a look at question 2 for 50 cents.
The feminine beta boy.
Huh?
Nothing. Carry on.
Okay, here is the question. Who invented the light bulb? Was it Thomas Edison, George Westinghouse, Nikola Tesla, or Chuck Norris?
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if it was Chuck Norris. I mean, this guy has been around for a long time. Ironically, though, he looks so much younger and healthier than me. Imagine that. That guy is a badass. But anyway, I am going to play it safe and go for A, Thomas Edison.
Okay, so A, Thomas Edison, is that your final answer?
Final answer.
He says A, and A is right. Congratulations, you're at 50 cents. Wow, Taylor, for someone with a big loudmouth the size of Texas, you're not bad.
Thanks, Michael. You should know, everything is bigger in Texas.
Now it's time for question number 3. This time it's worth $1. Everyone in this golden age of Bidenomics can use an extra one of those. Even you, Taylor. But you'll have to make sure your dim wits... your quick wits are even quicker. Are you ready?
I was born ready. I was born for this. Let's go.
Okay, for $1, here's question number 3. What year did the Catechism of the Catholic Church come out? Did it come out in 1963, 1992, 1985, or 1885?
Well, the real catechism of the Catholic Church, which is infallible and dogmatic in every way, is the Roman Catechism. And that was promulgated in 1566, which is obviously none of these answer choices. So clearly, you must be talking about that hippy-dippy modern catechism of Vatican II that was promulgated by John Paul II. It puts such a bad taste in my mouth, especially since he released it just a few years after he prayed with pagans at Assisi. Ugh. This sadly came out in 1992, so I am going to go with B, 1992.
Well, now that you're done publicly slandering a holy canonized saint and rejecting an official catechism promulgated by the same Catholic Church that you claim you belong to, are you ready to make B your final answer?
Certainly. What have I got to lose?
Well, if you get the question wrong a whole 50 cents, enough to buy one single piece of tape to do the whole world a favor, and tape your mouth shut so bull can stop flying out of it. So your final answer is B, and you just made $1. Great job, Taylor. Now you can buy 2 pieces of tape to tape your mouth shut. That in and of itself is a corporal work of mercy for the whole world.
Hey now, if I had $1 for every brain you don't have, I'd have $1. And lo and behold, I have it right here. So quit wasting my time and get on with question 4 so I can hurry up and get back to my whiskey and cigars, and you can get back to your donuts.
Wow, Taylor, that was incredibly uncalled for and hurtful. Yo, you're lucky I don't say anything about your...
About my what?
Never mind, it's not worth it. Anyway, let's have a look at question 4 for $5. What is Gordon Ramsay's secret guilty pleasure? Vaping, dancing to Taylor Swift, In-N-Out Burger, or wearing a man bun?
Well, that's a bit of a challenge. I'm tempted to say C, since he's a celebrity chef and food is his thing. Then again, I always thought that In-N-Out was too low tier for someone like him. I've never seen the guy wear a man bun or vape, and I honestly think he is too respectable and masculine to even think of listening to Taylor Swift, much less dance to her music. So I'm going to go with C, In-N-Out Burger.
You want to make that your...
Yes, I do. That's my final answer.
Well, there you go, Taylor. You managed to pull through again, and you're now in front of us. Congratulations. You're halfway to the sinfully coveted $100 jackpot you've been working so hard for up to this point. But I do have to just say one thing. You're now up to $5, and the $5 bill has Abraham Lincoln's picture on it. You know, Honest Abe. He was known for his honesty and his humility. And the thought of you, of all people, Taylor, holding a $5 bill with Honest Abe's picture is just so ironic. But hey, maybe you could learn a thing or two from him. Just saying.
Lofton, you...
No comment.
All right, Pastor Jimmy Product, let's get on with question 5. I'm ready to get my freak on.
Whatever you say, Martin Luther. Which of the following characters died in the 2019 film Avengers Endgame? Was it Thor, Captain America, the Hulk, or the Black Widow?
That is a hard one for me, especially since I hate Marvel movies. I think they are an absolute nuisance, and anyone who watches or even likes them should be excommunicated. Ooh, I don't know if I can answer this one.
Maybe now's a good time to use one of your intercessors.
Wow, is there a patron saint of game shows? I wonder what his feast day is on the old Rite calendar.
No, you dipwad. I meant you still have the audience intercessor, the 50-50 intercessor, and the telephone intercessor.
I'd like to use my telephone intercessor.
Very well. Let's call the number on file. Who are we calling? Kennedy Hall?
No, he's busy making a video about how the FSSP is closet Novus Ordo.
Or Father Ripperger?
No, he believes this show is a portal to the demonic.
So who are we calling then?
Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is Michael from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Your friend Taylor Marshall is in the hot seat right now and is stuck on a question, and he has selected you to be the telephone intercessor.
What the hell, Taylor? I told you to delete my number.
Hi, Tim. How are you?
Shut the up, Taylor. You are such a suck-up. What do you want? I'm lifting weights with the cool guys.
I will cut it short, Tim. Trust me, you and I are both suffering here.
Thanks, Michael.
So, Taylor, you have 30 seconds, and your time starts now.
Tim, which of the following characters died in the 2019 film Avengers Endgame? Was it A, Thor, B, Captain America, C, the Hulk, or was it D, the Black Widow?
I believe that is D, the Black Widow.
Are you sure?
Yes, I never thought I'd live to see the day that woke, communist, emasculated Hollywood would have one of the so-called female heroes in one of their movies to be killed like that. And I'm just fine with that. Because women have no place in Hollywood. They have no place except in the kitchen and the bedroom. Just like the church has always taught for 2,000 years.
Facts.
Oh, for sake, you two. Y'all are about to get this show canceled, so you've decided on D.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, how are you still on the line, Tim? The timer ran out and it should have kicked you off.
I don't know. But I'm getting off now. It's been at least 20 minutes since I last checked on Stephanie to see if she is carrying out my daily list of wants and demands that I gave her. So ciao, Taylor. Ciao, baby Huey.
I really wish he wouldn't call me that. So D is your final answer?
D is my final answer.
It looks like you're buying lunch, Taylor, because you just won $10. Amazing. It turns out that brief TNT reunion really paid off. How you've managed to keep this up all this time is beyond me. But whatever your strategy is, it's working. We now just have 3 questions left. That sinfully coveted $100 jackpot is so close, you can almost taste it.
From debates to seminars, he's always in demand. With a mic in his hand, he commands the land, taking on challenges like a modern-day knight, defending the faith with all his might.
Okay. I think you've made your point, Marshall. Like I said earlier, your ego has its own zip code. You're not out of the woods yet. And I'm the one with trash raps. Go figure. Anyway, let's move on to question 6 before you piss all over my freshly cleaned studio.
Player hater.
Which of the following celebrities is not a recent convert to the Catholic faith? Shia LaBeouf, Candace Owens, Tammy Peterson, or Ben Shapiro?
Praise God for all the celebrity converts that are finding their way home to the Catholic Church. I am 100% sure that many more will follow. Now, I have the utmost praise and respect for all these folks listed here. And I've spoken about them on my channel several times. As much as I love Ben Shapiro, I have yet to hear about him converting to Catholicism, because if I did, I would have made a YouTube video on it in a matter of minutes. Although I don't doubt that he will someday, especially with him being as smart of a man as he is. So I am going with Ben Shapiro, and that's my final answer.
It's the right answer, and you're now at $20. Wow, Taylor, for the first time all night, I actually agree with you. It is great to see so many of these celebrities coming home to the Catholic Church, and I am very sure that Ben Shapiro will convert one of these days. But back to business matters, you're now at $20, and you have just 2 questions left. You've come a long way, Taylor. How do you feel right now?
From Aquinas to Augustine's flair, Taylor's wisdom fills the air. No matter the topic, he's got the knack, breaking down theology with every track.
What the hell, Marshall? I asked you nicely to stop doing that. You're going to scare off our viewers if you keep that up. I still think it's funny that back at question 1, you said I had trash raps. Well, if my raps are trash, then yours are whack.
Whatever.
Anyway, like I said, we're now on question 7 of 8, worth $50. You've made it this far. I don't doubt that even you can make it further, but this is where the going gets tough, and you have to be ready, willing, and able to take the bull by the horns. But the good news is, you have 2 of your 3 intercessors remaining. They should be able to help you a great deal in these next 2 questions. What say you, Taylor? You think you can take on the challenge?
You're damn right, Lofton. I can definitely use the gas money and maybe a few cigars to add to my collection. Let's do this. No challenge is too tough for me, Taylor f***ing Marshall.
Thank God this show is almost over. In The Lord of the Rings, what is the lembas bread symbolic of? The red pill, the Holy Eucharist, gluttony, the blue pill?
Well, of course, I know it can't be C because lembas was not meant as a comfort food to be indulged in, but rather it would reinvigorate one's body and spirit, and one bite could keep a traveler or warrior going for an entire day. This sounds so similar to the Holy Eucharist after all. It shouldn't be a surprise given the fact that Tolkien was a very devout Catholic and one of the greats. He is definitely one of my favorites. B. Holy Eucharist. Final answer.
It is, indeed, B. The Holy Eucharist. You just won $50. Good going, Taylor. You are now ready for question 8 of 8, the sinfully coveted $100 question. It is usually $1 million, but as I mentioned before, we can't do that anymore thanks to inflation and Bidenomics. But hopefully we will be able to go back to the million soon. Maybe.